constrictor-like lock. Cody digging down deep.
Oh my God.
Cody has broken the guillotine.
Where Reigns goes, the bloodline follows.
1D tag team champions. Owens and Zayn are here.
Evening the numbers.
He's gonna do it. Cody has realized the American dream.
Don't stop.
Who the?
Solo.
Oh my God, not like this. Spear.
We're just getting started. You're looking at 1,000 as the goal. We have that. We're sitting here tonight. We're already starting to plan WrestleMania 40.
We were thinking about 1,000 like 200 days ago. It's simple to us. It's never going to stop. Ever.
Enraged is an understatement. Fans were certain that the man who left the company on bad terms, spent years reinventing himself, ignited a revolution, and came back to blaze a trail of glory to honor his late father, would be the perfect candidate to end Roman Reigns' historic 1,000-plus day Universal title reign. That wouldn't be the case, as in very controversial fashion, Roman Reigns stood tall. But this wouldn't be Cody's undoing in the eyes of fans. In fact, the opposite happened. For the rest of 2023, Cody was the hottest babyface in the company, spending the rest of the year racking up high-profile victories and even winning the tag team championships with none other than Jey Uso, who broke away from the bloodline in the months following WrestleMania. However, something interesting would happen in the latter half of 2023, as 2024 was just around the corner. An electrifying change would come. On September 12, 2023, WWE and UFC would merge to create TKO, a premium sports and entertainment company that would now own WWE. And with an unprecedented worth to the tune of $21.4 billion, it was only fitting that a certain man who already has rich roots in professional wrestling would take a seat on the company's board of directors. None other than The Rock, with his reasoning being to create greater opportunities for talent, while shaping a culture in which the talent and their personal relationships can thrive as well. This illustrious position comes with many benefits, the biggest being that now, The Rock is the boss of WWE and its talent. And as we would soon find out, Dwayne was nowhere near fit for such a privileged position. Cody Rhodes would make history by being the first man to win back-to-back Royal Rumble matches in over 20 years. And by winning this match, the winner is guaranteed a match with a world champion of their choosing in the main event of WrestleMania. With a symbolic pointing at Roman Reigns from the ring, Cody left no questions as to who he was planning on dethroning at the showcase of the Immortals. But there was one big problem. The Rock vs. Roman Reigns has been a blockbuster dream match for years, not only because the two are real-life cousins, but also because of the sheer magnitude of the combined star power of the two. This would be a box office smash for the ages, and very fitting for the theme of WrestleMania 40, that being the start of a new era in WWE and professional wrestling as a whole, and with The Rock's newfound power, he realistically could make it happen at any point in time. So on the Friday night SmackDown following Cody's monumental victory, and with all the pressure in the world quickly mounting, the worst decision possible was made.
I want that title, but not at WrestleMania. One of the individuals I talked to, he knows you very well.
This was the lasting image fans were left with, The Rock facing off against Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes leaving the ring with an unnerved and disappointed look on his face. And fans would quickly realize that the unthinkable dream match was looking like more of a promise than a possibility. The only problem with this match taking place is the circumstances. Just 6 days prior, Cody Rhodes had won a match that guaranteed him a world championship match with a champion of his choosing. And instead of going for Roman like fans were speculating, considering the year Cody had spent rebuilding himself following his WrestleMania loss and pointing at Roman Reigns from the ring, Cody was booked to seemingly give up his WrestleMania spot to The Rock, completely invalidating his Royal Rumble win and making Cody seem like a top-tier dumbass in the process. But fans weren't so quick to get behind this sudden turn of events. In a matter of hours, the hashtag #WeWantCody spread like wildfire, a clear protest to the current booking of the WWE's resident babyface, with seemingly every corner of wrestling jumping on to show WWE that they weren't on board with Cody sacrificing his moment he worked so hard for in favor of an egotistical has-been. The video clip of this atrocity taking place will forever hold the distinct dishonor of being WWE's most disliked video by a landslide, at a mind-boggling 500,000 plus dislikes against over 100,000 likes. It was very clear who WWE's fans were behind during this chaos. And it wasn't just online. Hashtag #WeWantCody became a real-life movement during the build-up to WrestleMania. Fans were bringing in signs and even booing The Rock every time his name was spoken. If something didn't change quickly, WWE were running the risk of ruining WrestleMania 40 and outcasting a large portion of their fan base who were salivating at the prospect of Roman Reigns' disappointing and unnecessarily long Universal title reign coming to a satisfying end. But fans wouldn't have to wait long to find out WWE's next step in this real-life situation. The lines between real and fiction were starting to be blurred, and the perfect storm was brewing.
I introduce you to the Cody Crybabies. It doesn't matter what you think.
Hold on, hold on. This right here is... As the undisputed champion, you have a lot of stroke, but it is not your right to determine the main event. It is mine. I won the Royal Rumble. I have made my decision. I choose you, Roman Reigns.
This is a done deal. You're old news. You're irrelevant, just like your dad.
If your grandfather was here, his grandfather was here, they'd be ashamed of you.
A lot of tension right now, a lot of egos, a lot...
Have him talk about our family again, and that's what happens. Slap his teeth out of his mouth.
Next week on Raw, Cody Rhodes called out The Rock and told him that he's getting a receipt for the infamous slap that occurred at the kickoff show, before an unlikely ally came to the ring, Seth Rollins. The same man Cody faced in a brutal Hell in a Cell match with a torn pectoral muscle 2 years earlier. And due to Seth's ongoing issues with Roman Reigns and the bloodline over the years, Cody Rhodes now has an ally. And Cody would need all the help he could possibly get, because later that week on SmackDown, The Rock would announce that he is officially a member of the bloodline. And if you thought that The Rock was simply going to let fans ruin his WrestleMania moment, something else was coming.
Tonight, it is official. You broke the all-time record for the largest gathering of trailer park trash The Rock has ever seen. Oh, you want to boo that, huh? Are you sure you want to boo The Rock? Finally, you and your 50 wives will have a story to tell. The biggest WrestleMania main event. You had it in your hands and you let it go. You flushed it down the toilet. The same toilet you sat your fat asses on and tweeted, "We want Cody, we want Cody. Cody's gotta finish his story. He's gotta finish his story." You're spoiled, entitled little crybaby bitches.
Something interesting can come out of a situation like this. You can truck through the hate and go through with the match, or pivot in a way that still respects the fans. So as a result of the ongoing fan backlash, The Rock would go with the latter. All the while taking the heat from the fans and turning it into fuel for a new character, the final boss. Blending the reality that The Rock is quite literally the boss of all WWE's talent and the real-life hate that came from The Rock selfishly inserting himself into the WrestleMania picture when he did nothing to earn it. So on the March 1st edition of Friday Night SmackDown, The Rock would give fans an interesting way to reintroduce Cody Rhodes back into WrestleMania 40 and possibly give us an even better option than the now-canceled Dream Match.
Here's the challenge. On night 1 of WrestleMania, the biggest tag team match in the history of the WWE. It's gonna be Cody, Seth against the Universal Champion and the People's Champion, The Rock. If you two jabronis beat The Rock and Roman Reigns on night 1, then on night 2, your championship match, Cody Rhodes, will be free of the bloodline. But when The Rock and Roman Reigns beat your two candy asses on night 1, then on night 2, for your championship match, Cody Rhodes, it's bloodline rules. Anything goes. Maybe Jimmy is the referee. Maybe the wise man takes out a foreign object. You meet us next week in Dallas, face to face, and you give us your answer.
Biggest WrestleMania of all time, biggest tag match of all time. We accept.
Roman Reigns starts the match in his typical slow cadence, trying to slow down the ferocious and pissed-off Seth Rollins before tagging in Cody Rhodes, giving us a preview of their match for the following night. Roman then tags in The Rock to a huge reaction from the crowd before showing off his new bruiser style of wrestling due to his age and limited ability in the ring. The four men ditched all rules of a traditional tag match and fought all at once, opposed to 2 men at a time. And if you're wondering how this is allowed, it isn't.
You know The Rock. Okay. You count, you're fired.
In storyline, The Rock used his power to change the rules mid-match, demanding that the referee stop counting, or else he would be fired on the spot. The Rock and Seth Rollins would brawl in front of the crowd, while Cody and Roman fought on the stage, before both teams would rejoin the ring and continue the match. Cody Rhodes would hit a crossroads before going for the pin, but The Rock pulls the referee out of the ring before he can complete the count, fully leaning into the final boss persona. The Rock would find Cody Rhodes' mother sitting ringside and start taunting her with Cody's belt that The Rock put an interesting message on. After 2 pedigrees and a near fall, Cody Rhodes hit a rock bottom through the announce table, and Roman Reigns hits a spear to Rollins shortly after. The match was quickly turning into chaos, and Cody Rhodes saw an opportunity for a finish. Cody would go for not 1, but 3 crossroads, and as he was about to hit the third,
looking for a try. Spear with a rock bottom to Cody Rhodes. People's elbow cover by The Rock. Cody is screwed.
Here are your winners. My mother. She's the only one I got left. And I can't hand it to Dusty Rhodes, but I certainly can hand it to Michelle Rubio.
Are you fucking kidding me? You start fucking crying? You start crying? That's how you respond? No wonder all your fans are crybabies. No wonder, because they're Superman, their hero. He's not crying too. I can't give the belt to Dusty, but I can give it to my mama. My mommy. Shut the fuck up. Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, your story's gonna end courtesy of Roman Reigns and courtesy of your nightmare. The Rock, the final boss.
as if the odds couldn't get any worse, Cody Rhodes just secured himself one last gargantuan obstacle in his path, his last ever opportunity to finish the story. being contested under bloodline rules. A match carefully created by The Rock to ensure Cody has no chances of winning. Any member of the bloodline can interfere in any way they choose, and there are no disqualifications. And considering The Rock's ego, it isn't hard to believe he would create a match that revolved around his family. So with every possible odd stacked against him, Cody Rhodes would march into Night 2 of WrestleMania.
It's never gonna stop, ever.
The match starts as competitive as can be, with both men wrestling like the lineage of their families depended on it. The battle spills to the audience, both men utilizing the no disqualifications aspect of the match before taking things back to the ring. Roman Reigns hits Cody Rhodes with his own finisher before Cody kicks out at 2. After a powerbomb through the announce table, Cody hits Roman Reigns with his own finisher as well, followed by a near fall. It was the definition of a seesaw battle, with both men not giving an inch, leaving the perfect opening for the bloodline to get involved. But then, Jey Uso comes out to confront his brother, who he had a match with the previous night, and spears him off the stage and onto a table. Cody goes for his patented trifecta of crossroads before getting hit with a spike to the throat by Solo Sikoa, drawing comparisons to the way Cody failed to finish the story at last year's WrestleMania. John Cena would shock the WWE Universe and make his grand return after being absent since Solo Sikoa put him out of action since the previous November. Cena hits Reigns and Sikoa with an attitude adjustment before being greeted by an old rival, The Rock, who hits Cena with a rock bottom. Seth Rollins joins the fight, eerily wearing the outfits that The Shield used to wear, as if fans thought WWE's equivalent of Avengers Endgame couldn't get any crazier. Roman Reigns has a choice to make that could change the rest of his career. He could strike Cody with the chair and continue his historic title reign, or he could hit Seth with the chair, finally getting revenge for Seth's cruel betrayal of the Shield 10 years prior. And the decision Roman Reigns would make would prove costly.
Payback for all of those years.